There's something interesting that happens as we get older. It's quiet. Most people don't talk about it. You don't suddenly become carefree. Life doesn't magically get easier. But certain worries start to loosen their grip. And if you've noticed that happening to you, I want you to know something right away. That's not giving up. That's growing wiser. For a long time, many of us spend our lives worrying about things we think we should worry about, what people think, whether we're doing enough, whether we're keeping up. And slowly, often without realizing it, those worries begin to fade. Not because they don't matter anymore, but because you've learned what truly does. One of the first things many people stop worrying about is impressing others. There comes a point where you realize something very freeing. Most people are far too busy worrying about themselves to be judging you. And even if they are, their opinion doesn't change who you are. You've lived. You've learned. You've earned the right to be comfortable in your own skin. That quiet confidence isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. Another thing that often fades is the constant pressure to rush. Earlier in life, everything feels urgent. Decisions, deadlines, plans. But with time, you learn that not everything needs to be decided today. Some things improve when you give them space. Some answers arrive when you stop forcing them. Slowing down isn't falling behind. It's choosing clarity over chaos. Many people also find they stop worrying so much about being productive all the time. For years, productivity can feel like proof of worth. If you're busy, you're valuable. If you rest, you're wasting time. But eventually, that belief softens. You begin to understand that rest isn't laziness, it's maintenance. You don't need to justify quiet moments. You don't need to earn your right to pause. There's also a shift around keeping up with trends, the newest technology, the latest opinions, or what everyone else seems to be doing. At some point, you realize it's okay not to chase every change. You don't need to understand everything immediately. You don't need to adopt everything instantly. Your experience gives you perspective, and that's more valuable than speed. Another worry that often fades is the need to please everyone. You learn that saying yes to everything often means saying no to yourself, and that being kind doesn't require self-sacrifice. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to choose peace. That isn't selfish. It's healthy. If you're listening to this and thinking, yes, that sounds familiar, I want you to hear this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not losing motivation. You're not becoming disconnected. You're not fading. You're refining. You're letting go of what no longer deserves your energy. This stage of life isn't about shrinking. It's about simplifying, about choosing what matters, about trusting your judgment, about allowing yourself to live with a little more ease. And that ease is not something to apologize for. You've earned it. So if today feels quieter than it used to, if you worry less about the noise around you, that's not the end of something. It's the beginning of something steadier, something calmer, something truer to who you are now. And that's a good thing.